the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
From short tracks with tight corners, we head to a wide, fast-sweeping oval in the Texas Motor Speedway. Texas is a bad, fast racetrack with bumps and corners upsetting the car's stability. Winning tonight could mean everything to advance to the season-ending championship. Hello, everybody, and welcome to 3Wide TV. I'm the Intimidator, Tanner Sharp, and joining me in the booth is 10-gallon Justin Kolb, and back up there in the production truck is the Doctor of Thugonomics, Mr. Carlos Acosta. Justin Kolb, today we are at the Texas Motor Speedway for another round here in the playoffs of the 3Wide Racing League, and today we do the two-step here in Texas. Tell the viewers about this rodeo of a speedway.
Absolutely. We're going to have everything tonight. We're going to have square dancing, barbecues, homemade peas-in-a-can pie, and our own 10-gallon hats. But in all fairness, this is a track, like you said in the intro there, it's going to be pretty tough. One of the tracks I don't have a lot of experience with, but I've seen enough to know that getting this place wrong can definitely upset the car, and definitely takes a lot of finesse to get around here. And one thing to note about tonight, here in iRacing, we do not have the remodeled version of Texas, so where the new one's more like the Kentucky Speedway, this is more, I guess you can call it Charlotte-esque, but it's definitely a lot rougher, and I think maybe has a little bit more degrees of banking, but can definitely move around quite a bit around this racetrack, more than the new version.
24 degrees of banking in each corner side of the racetrack. Like you said, like Justin Kolb said, this is the old pavement of the racetrack of Texas. So it's going to be bumpy, it's going to be fast, and these guys are going to be trying to fight for position and trying to gain that track position because it's so important on a mile-and-a-half racetrack. Well, with the racetrack being talked about now, let's go ahead and talk about the drivers who are going to be participating in this event. This is going to be the round of 9 drivers so far right now. It's going to be decreased to round of 6 after Texas. And let's check out the playoff standings because you have Cameron Rich and Johnny Thomas advancing into the round of 6. Paul Ross 20 points ahead of that cutoff line. Chuck Sweeting is 15 points. Sam Close 13 points and Peter Short 12. But the drivers that are in serious deep trouble that need a good day or at least try to win here today is going to be Luis Salmaso, Matt Hackathorn, and Kevin Finn. Kevin Finn, 42 points back. That's practically a must-win scenario. So is Matt Hackathorn. Luis Salmaso, yeah, mathematically he can get in on points, but a win is going to be more than likely for him as well there, Justin.
Yeah, and one driver that really surprised me last week was Matt Hackathorn with that second-place finish he got, and still, I mean, basically in a must-win situation, Matt is 26 points out, but I think he's starting to gain some good momentum out of Martinsville. He might be able to pull something off here at Texas, maybe a Texas two-step to get into victory lane and shoot off the six-shooters, but basically I think all these guys at this point are kind of in must-win scenarios. Luis in the best possible scenario with 12 points out, but it's going to be pretty tough for those guys on the outside looking in here tonight.
Just looking at from the playoff schedule all the way to today and looking ahead of time, I think the worst is over as far as the playoff schedule is concerned. It's a little bit of a breather because this is the last race of the 9 drivers. The pressure is on for Finn, Hackathorn, and Salmaso, but for the other drivers, it's a little bit of a relief, especially for drivers who won at Talladega, which was John Thomas, and Martinsville Speedway, Cameron Rich. Those drivers don't have to worry about here today. They can just go ahead and have fun here today and try to get another one under their belt, because the start for the round of 6 drivers remain of the playoffs is going to begin at Chicagoland Speedway on October 15th, which is coming soon on a Monday night, so prime time. With that being said, just kind of looking at the practice session at the moment, we got about 3 minutes to go until drivers meeting. I'm seeing Jordan Teal on top of the board, Paul Ross, Michael Whitley, Levi Zielinski, Chuck Sweeting, the top 5 drivers in the practice session. Top 4 of them are actually posting 28.7s. So with that being said, look, they're relatively close here, Justin. I don't know how much you've raced here at Texas here in the 3-Wide Racing League, but what is your experience at this racetrack, and what's a strategy to try to keep your track position up towards the front or even within the top 5 so you can stay competitive?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think out of all the tracks we've gone here this season, this may be the track I have the least experience with, and I'm really not quite sure how that happened. Just don't have a whole lot of track time, but can definitely tell you that the longer this run goes in, should we get some long runs, the more you're going to be starting to feel the car getting unsettled through the corners, and the more you're going to have to start worrying about tire management, and with about 40 to 45 laps on fuel, you're definitely probably going to be hurting towards the end of those runs. So I'm thinking tire management probably going to be key here to get it to the end.
Throughout the race here today, Luis Salmaso is going to be one of those drivers who's currently in 6th in the speed charts in practice right now with a 28.8. He's 12 points ahead of the cutoff line. He can make it. That's if a driver like Peter Short has a terrible day and finishes almost dead last, and he finishes up there in the top 5. That'll be good news for Luis Salmaso, but that could be a highly unlikely scenario, which means it's more than likely a must-win scenario for him. What does Luis just got to do to try to secure himself, just try to get that win?
Realistically, I think he just has to race like he has been. He's been pretty solid throughout this entire season. I know last week he really put himself behind the 8 ball. A bad start. I believe he got caught up in an incident and just couldn't quite recover. Almost got force parked. I think he was 10 laps down, all said and done. Kind of really put him behind the 8 ball. So I think Luis, if he can continue his consistency here tonight and get a good run, I think one of these drivers up the top are going to have a bad night for him to advance realistically. And we all know how much we like that word, but I think that's what we're looking at. He's probably going to have to hope that somebody else has a mistake, or can always rely on a win. I mean, getting your first win of the season, not too bad of a time to get it.
Usually here in the 3-Wide Racing League, Texas can produce some pretty good racing for 3-Wide over the years. It has been. If you're like in an official iRacing session with a bunch of drivers you don't know, it can turn out to be sometimes a disaster, especially coming off turn 2, Justin. There's something special about that corner. You're coming off 24 degrees of banking, and then it's just completely flat up, straight out to the wall. A lot of drivers can find a lot of trouble in that corner here tonight.
Absolutely, and I think from the little experience I have, I think I remember the turn 4 can come out to bite you as well. But yeah, definitely I've seen a lot of incidents off turn 2, whether it's, drivers just kind of underestimating it and getting into the wall, or just getting the rear loose and spinning out there. But I think you're definitely right. That's going to be one of the trouble corners we're going to have to be watching tonight.
All right. Well, it looks like drivers were just called down pit road to get into the pit boxes and listen to the drivers' meeting that's going to be taking place here before this practice session does end. So we're going to let them do the drivers' meeting, then go ahead and do a grid walk. But kind of basing off practice times here and everything else, who do you like today, Justin? Do you got a favorite that you think is going to win today's race?
Well, I'll tell you what. Excuse me. The driver of the 76 last week, Chevy Gilliam, not in the 76 here this week. But so far in practice, another solid run for that 76. I think Chevy maybe I know he finished somewhere inside the top. Actually, I think it was 7th, looking back on it. But Michael Whitley in the 76 here tonight, currently 3rd in practice. Normally runs the 94 in the Truck Series, Nathan Young Designs Truck Series. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do in that 76 here tonight. Speed looks good, and hopefully he can kind of give some new blood into this field, which has kind of been dominated by Eisenach here so far.
I know that 76 car over there at the Pilot Performance Group is it's fast. It just it's fast where it goes. I've had the opportunity to drive that truck in the Truck Series, and Michael Whitley's driving that 76 this week, and he's so far posted a 3rd place practice time. Driver I'm going to go with this week is going to be a driver who doesn't really find himself in a lot of trouble. He's in the mix as of late, especially in the Truck Series. I'm going to go with Peter Short in the 22 car, even though he's probably about 9th, 10th fastest on speed charts. But I think he'll be there at the end to try to sweep up a victory. He's done it before here in the Cup Series side for the RaceKings Cup Series. So it's going to be very interesting what the Peter Short can do. And realistically, he's got a little bit of a leeway over Luis Salmaso. And Salmaso is going to do everything he can to try to notch up a win today. That's really going to knock out Peter Short if that does happen. But so far, we got good racing on our hands today. Salmaso, Hackathorn, and Kevin Finn are going to be the 3 drivers we're going to be keeping an eye on as the day goes on today. That's going to be the biggest race, in my opinion, throughout this whole thing, with the exception of battling for the race lead. On top of that, Jordan Teal looks pretty good in that 33 Ford. He's fast. He just hasn't been able to finish. I shouldn't say put the whole thing together. If that makes sense, Justin.
Absolutely, and I mean, sitting first at the moment, and practice times aren't always indicative of how they'll race, but sitting on top right now, it's showing some good speed, so I'm really looking forward to what Jordan can do here tonight. You're right. Can't always put the whole race together. Kind of been an issue for him this season, but we're getting late into it. He's got a lot of experience, and hoping he can put it all together tonight and get a good finish out of it.
All right. Well, the drivers are right now currently going through a drivers meeting. I do got some race analysis here that I was sent earlier this week by officials of the 3-Wide Racing League. I do believe it's the 6-lap rule, if I'm not mistaken. Then you're done. I'm going to double check my notes here. Oh, that's the wrong note. Yeah. 6 laps and you're done. So that means if you go 6 laps down, you're out of the race. Sorry, man. You're just done. There is a halfway bonus. The top 10 drivers will get paid halfway bonus points at lap 67, but we don't throw a caution. We continue the race. We don't stop the race. We continue it. And today's race is 133 laps, 75% fuel load, which is going to mean about 42 laps approximately, maybe 42 to 45 laps. I can be wrong on that. And of course, the setups, everybody's driving the same iRacing default Texas setup here, so there isn't really any concern of cheating or anything like that going on here today.
I have a feeling, too, with that fuel number, that'll kind of be based off how long these guys feel comfortable with their tires here tonight. This track can kind of eat them up, so it'll be interesting to see if we see any earlier stops, but like you said, about 40 to 45 laps.
All right. Well, with that being said, Justin, should we go? I think drivers' meeting's done. Should we go ahead and do the grid walk?
I believe so. Where are we going, Tanner?
Let's find Jordan Teal since he's on top of the board. Is he in here? Jordan Teal, where are you? Eisenach? Oh, wow.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Get down or late apex, or is it to hook the bottom?
I didn't want to interrupt anybody. I apologize. I know Peter Short's probably asking questions here, but Jordan Teal, this is 3-Wide TV. This is for the grid walk. You're on top of the board, man. You going to be a spoiler of the day?
Crickets.
Did we get him at a bad time?
Yeah, we caught the whole team at a bad time. It is
Crickets.
crickets in here. They're kicking us out. We gotta go. We apologize, Isentech. I'm sorry. 3OG. All right, 3 wide original gangstas. This is the 3 wide TV. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Copy.
Yep.
Hey, this is the grid walk, fellas. All right, Luis, you're the odd man out here in 3OG. No disrespect to you, but are you gonna be able to get it done today? Because a win's likely gonna be the only way to get in.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
All right.
I like it. Confidence.
Confidence and family friendly of a broadcast. All right.
Yes, sir.
That's
Hell
great
yeah.
for Luis Mas. So, Paul, you're pretty quick up there, too, along with Jordan Teal, since you guys tied in practice as Johnny Thomas annihilates Kevin Finn in the pit wall.
Yeah, I think he just died.
Yeah, Paul, how's it going with your car?
If we have a 2-lap shootout, I'll be golden. Anything more than that, I don't know. It's going to be a huge tire management race with the amount of tire fall off that we have. So hopefully we can run around top 5 or so and just get ourselves locked into the round of 6.
All right. Save tires, buddy. Save tires.
Yeah, that's the plan.
All right. Rusty Webbs looks like he's got his mic cold. Sam, better go get her done today. We need to see you in Victory Lane, buddy.
Yeah, we'll see. The setup, or the iRacing setup, along with the weather, has made it pretty tight. Conserving tires will be important. It doesn't really fit my style, but we'll try and see what we can figure out throughout the race. I still haven't really figured this thing out in practice.
All right. Well, it's good luck, 3OG guys. And hey, Justin, I want to take a gander down Pilot Performance Group.
All right.
See if Matt has anything to hack today.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
There, that was 3OG. Pilot Performance Group. This is 3YT. You got a copy?
Yeah.
Matt, I've always admired your last name. It's Hackathorn. Can you hack today to try to get into the playoffs?
I feel really confident about the long run, but I'm a terrible qualifier still, so that's going to be definitely a downside.
All right. And Justin, do you got anything for Chad and Newcomb?
Yeah. Michael, I see you're up there in the speed charts. You gonna play spoiler here today?
I'm just trying to stay out of the way. I don't want to get in here and ruin anything with these chase guys, but I tell you, if the opportunity comes, I definitely will play spoiler.
I hear that. Well, that 76 has been on quite a roll, so wish you the best of luck, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, go get him. Go get him, Michael. Duke Nukem.
Thanks, Tanner.
All right. Let's. Do we have a little time yet for another? Oh yeah, we got 2 minutes. Yeah. I mean, how's Rebel Racing doing? Should we go down and say hi to Rebel?
Maybe.
Justin, kick her off for Rebel.
All right. Well, Levi got some good speed out there. Currently 6th. How's it going tonight?
Pretty good. We may be beating that lap time right now as we speak.
Oh.
Hold on.
Let's take a look.
Yep.
A little grass
We're
there.
on top.
Damn, what a good time to check in. All right. You're welcome for that lap time. All right. Oh, man. Well, it's looking like got some good speed in that car. I've heard that tire management's going to be pretty important tonight.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of just figuring out throttle control really to get a fast lap. I kind of figured it out there. So you just gotta kind of manage the throttle and you'll get there. So it should be interesting. I haven't ran very well at Texas in the past, but could be a chance to get 2 wins tonight, I guess, in a league race.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, well, I don't really have too much for Rebel, but looking forward to seeing you guys out there in the racetrack. Hopefully you guys can create something and get something to really spark some energy in you guys out there here at Texas today. I know some of you guys like this track, and Levi, if only I was out there, man, you and I would be literally trading doors again.
Probably.
All right, best of luck.
All right, best of luck, guys. All right, that was some pretty fun moments there. I apologize about the Pilot Performance Group there, but just having some good old fun. That's the most important thing here in the 3-wide racing league. I do believe qualification is underway. So these drivers are really ready to focus. Levi Zielinski in practice actually posted a 6 during that time frame, so we may have actually blessed Levi here just a little bit.
So I told him you're welcome for that. Right as we joined. Paul had already hit the wall in the back straightaway here as we start qualifying. 5 minutes, 2 laps for the Drive for Suicide Prevention Pole Award here tonight.
I'm glad you got that written down because I wouldn't have.
Levi just spun out as well. This is interesting. I knew the apron was going to be a little tricky, but I didn't know it'd be that tricky tonight.
Man, you guys, three wide RaceKings Cup Series drivers. Pooh.
To be fair, I mean, it looks like a pretty cold track. I'll check track temps right now, but 80 degrees, yeah, that's
relatively cool.
Yeah.
Production trucks make
it just reminded me of a good old joke, but yeah, cold tires, a cold racetrack don't mix too well.
I guess not. I mean, I don't know.
Do have sometimes on the board at the moment, but
there's a good way to qualify here at Texas Motor Speedway. It's trying to get on that bottom line without hitting that that apron that's in this corner of the racetrack. That can be really difficult, especially down turns 3 and 4. I'm curious to see what Paul Ross is going to get. He looks like he's better. It looks like maybe a little bit of a slower lap time. Let's see if he hits he had a 28.5, much faster than what he was running in practice. A 2/10 quicker. Oh, heck yeah.
That's about a good 10th over second place Chuck Sweeting at the moment.
Okay, realistically here, Justin, I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing. The top 5 drivers, 6, about the top maybe 5 drivers literally gained a 10th or more on their previous lap time from practice.
I'm wondering if that's maybe a little cooler track temp or what the deal is there, but running quicker at the moment.
It could be, but at the same time, usually during practice, the track is open for everybody, and sometimes the state of the racetrack can change from practice to qualifying, so that could be a factor as well. But man, Paul Ross is the only driver in this whole entire session here tonight during a happy hour practice and qualification. He's the only one that's been able to post a 5, so it's been sitting pretty good for Paul. He'll have that clean air to work with. Todd Smith jumped on top of the board for Private Performance Group. Chuck Sweeting, he's a driver we did not talk with on the grid walk. He's going to be so far starting in 3rd. There's a guy to watch here tonight, Luis Salmaso.
I guess one thing to note here tonight, just noticing it, looks like David Wilson not in 39 here tonight. It'll be, like you said, Todd Smith filling in.
That 76 car actually just posted a 6th place so far. Not too shabby for that 76 Whataburger Camaro. Michael Whitley.
Yeah, Peter, I noticed either on his first time lap or maybe the warm-up lap had spun out. I think it was his second spin out. Yeah, so that's gonna...
Was it the warm-up or was it the timed lap? The time lap, okay.
Okay, so he had already gotten by the start-finish line to take his time lap. Okay. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, that'll be it for Peter then, if he had already crossed the line.
Yeah, he's on his 3rd lap.
He's going to be starting way deep in the field, and honestly didn't need that. Only 12 points to the good. Yeah, last of the qualifiers.
Where's the first Eisentech driver? The first Eisentech driver I'm seeing from that group that we were talking to, and then we heard crickets, was Jordan Teal, 9th place. So it's kind of a surprising ordeal with them fellas.
Cameron Rich hasn't taken a time yet, so.
Yeah, Zelensky sounds like he messed up both laps, but Cameron Rich, understandably why he would not take a qualifying lap. Realistically, he's already into the next round, so he can just come out here and just have fun tonight, realistically. So, along with Johnny Thomas, too, 18th. Man, I just figured these guys can qualify better than what they are, but sometimes it's just like, take it easy, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing quite a bit of issues here in qualifying, so hopefully it's not indicative of how this track is going to run here tonight. If so, we're in for a fun one. And that'll be it for qualifying.
All right, that's going to be wrapping up for qualification. Justin, who's got the pole? It's a 3OG driver.
Yeah. We're about to find out once we get a few guys gridded up here.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that happen before.
Yep. And there it is. The 18 of Paul Ross going to be your Drive for Suicide Prevention Pole Award winner here tonight, and Todd Smith in second in that 39. Hopefully he can have a good run there.
Most definitely, as we have, trying to pull up my screen here. Third place, Chuck Sweeting here tonight. Fourth place, he has yet to grid. It's going to be Luis Salmasso. Come on, Luis, you got to grid up, man. Otherwise, if you miss the grid, you're going to be in the back. Tate Lytle is going to be starting in the 5th spot here tonight, 56. Michael Whitley in the 76. Good qualifying run for him. He's going to start in 6th. Richard Lafferty will start 7th. Nathan Velez will start in 8th. Jordan Teal, first Isentech driver. That's the highest. That's the first highest Isentech driver. He's going to start 9th. And rounding out the top 10 is Kevin Finn, one of those drivers who must win to get in. And Dylan Hickey is going to start in 11th place. Sam Close is going to start 12th. Richard Hines, 13th. Matt Hackathorn, 14th. Another driver who must win to get in. We'll keep an eye on as the night goes on. Nick Miller in the number 9. Hooters Camaro is going to start in 15th. I like that paint scheme. Chad Brown is going to start in 16th. Rusty Webb will start 17th. 18th. Talladega winner, who's moving on to the round of 6. That's Johnny Thomas. He's just going to have fun today. And Patrick McCusker is in 19th. And rounding out the top 20 is going to be Kyle Hanshaw. Peter Short, dismal qualifying lap, is going to start 21st. Last driver to take a qualification spot. Cameron Rich is going to start in 22nd. He advances to the round of 6, so he's just kind of riding for fun today. And Levi Zielinski is the 23rd and final driver on the field here today. Corey Lindsay's up there in the official booth. Had some fun during practice, just run with the boys. Yep, with the boys indeed, as we got 133 laps here today. The weather, overcast setting, 80 degrees, 80-degree track temperature, but it's windy out there, Justin, 16 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's gonna move these race cars around a little bit. Not sure which way that's blowing at the moment, but either way.
Southeast.
All right. Well, these guys are definitely gonna have their work cut out for them based off qualifying, it appears. Got some ill-handling race cars, it would appear, and should make it pretty entertaining for us in the booth and for the guys on track. Gonna make their lives pretty tough tonight.
Halfway bonus is at lap 67. The top 10 drivers at that time will be getting paid bonus points, from 10 points being first place and decremented all the way down to 10th place for 1 point. Pace car speed today, 65 miles an hour. Pit road speed limit, 50 miles an hour on pit road. Don't beat yourself on pit road. It can be a doozy for sure. We're going to be coming off. We're in turns 3 and 4 right now. We are ready to go for the final round of 9 drivers here in the 2018 Race King Cup Series playoffs. Paul Ross on the pole, past series champion in the Cup Series. Hasn't won one in a while, but he's going to try to work on one today. All right, boys, get your seatbelts ready, get in your chair, because we're going rodeo. Let's go racing, boys.
Pretty clean start there.
Yeah, Ross had a huge jump. Look at the 39 already losing spots on the high side. 2 spots, it's more than likely. Salmasso's on the bottom trying to take advantage of this spot right here. Does not succeed. Now, with that little bit of a checkup from Salmasso's part, he's feeling the pressure now from the pink and white car there. That is the 56 of Tate Lytle, as Ross is going to lead the first lap. A little bit, cars getting sideways off the corner. That was the 8 of Lafferty. So far, so good.
Had a car in the back get a little too high in 3 and 4. That was the 43 of Patrick McCusker. Just striped it, and we keep going.
We remain green flag racing here at Texas. Somebody's way down the apron.
Yeah.
Who was that?
It's a black car. Didn't quite get the number on that.
Could have
I
been.
think that might be Chad Brown.
Yeah.
Back there with them, we see Cameron Rich making up some spots, as well as Peter Short, all the way back there, as well as Johnny Thomas. 2 of the guys who had already advanced way in the back at the moment, and 1 driver who needs to advance.
Boy, a battle for second just brewed up, and man, I tell you what, Chuck Sweeting just made it look easy, trying to get around Todd Smith. Sweeting's back there now, up to 2nd place, passing Todd Smith. Todd's going to fall back to 3rd. Everybody kind of remains single file here for the moment. I shouldn't say everybody, because there's a battle brewing up with the 56, I believe. Nope, not 56. That's going to be The 91, Dylan Hickey. Oh, man, look at Tate Lytle, 56, really loose. Scraping the wall. Maybe touched it. He's going to lose some valuable positions right here. So far, so good. That's one. If the sun was out, I think it'd be a little more difficult to drive. But I think this overcast kind of helps saving the car just a little bit.
Yes, sir. And one thing we're going to have to, these guys are going to have to keep preaching to themselves is just keeping track of those tires, not taking it too hard. Be careful about how much you race here tonight, because you don't want to eat them up too early into this run here.
Man, Lafferty way down the inside apron of the racetrack. They're 3 wide. Oh, no! 56 is in trouble. Oh, Kevin Finn. Oh, 56, Lytle. Oh, no!
Contact with, I believe that was the 91, and everyone's going to get squirreled up in the front stretch. Oh, there goes Cameron Rich.
Cameron Rich. No yellow flag. We still remain green.
I think he got that wall pretty good.
I tell you what, man, last at least 2. Yeah, he got that pretty good. Let's pull up this replay here.
Well, I don't think he got the wall, but he definitely has some good rear end damage.
There's a lot of activity up there. Look at that. That's 3 wide right off the bat. Coming off the corner here. Big old checkup, man. Look at everybody on the inside road. What is Cameron? Where could he go? I think he got punted from behind. Oh, man. Good save by Cameron, but I bet he's kind of glad that he's advancing to the next round.
Yeah, absolutely. With all that rear end damage, too. I'm sure it's going to make his night a little harder.
I know Richard Hines was in that mess, too, and the biggest problems still continue for Tate Lytle. He's got severe right front damage right now. Paul Ross still currently leads the race. He's got a pretty good lead at the moment, about a little over a second right now over Chuck Sweeting.
Well, it seems like everyone's sort of settled down for the moment.
Oh man, Peter Short, look at his front end nose and the back bumper. He just took him 3 wide. He's about to wash right up. He's in trouble. And that was a lot of give and take right there on Nick Miller's part, that's for sure. But Peter Short, man, he's got damage, but he's not being denied. He's still showing he's got speed out there despite some damage on that car. Yeah. That looks pretty significant damage on the nose of the 22 Mike's Hard Lemonade Ford.
And he was the meat in the sandwich, just taking a look at it with that big checkup. Got into the back of the 87, and then the 88 of Richard Hines, or Rusty Webb, got into the back of him. So, got hit on both ends.
He got hit in the back and actually got hit in the front, but nonetheless, Peter Short up in there in the 12th position after starting 21st. So far it's been a good day, despite some crinkled up and damage here.
What he's got to hope realistically is that that radiator isn't compromised in any way and the car doesn't start overheating. Because if it gets to that point, he can kiss his championship hopes goodbye, I have to believe.
Well, this is actually good news for Matt Hackathorn, but Peter Short's still running pretty good out there. He just ran a 29.9, and the leaders just ran a 29.7. That's only 2/10. That's not bad for a damaged car on a speedway like this.
And to his credit, last week I believe he finished 11th at Martinsville with a torn-up car as well. Day didn't start how he wanted, and it's looking like it's going to be the same situation here. So,
boy, a driver that's really moving up through the field since the drop of the green flag in the first 12 laps is Dylan Hickey, the rookie here in the RaceKings Cup Series. Started 11th, already up to 4th place. He has shown he likes this racetrack, and right now he got past the number 39 of Todd Smith about a lap ago, and now he's actually hunting down and trying to hunt down Salmasso for position. Good showing for Dylan Hickey.
Yes, sir. Got a lot of guys up there, really, that we don't get to talk a whole lot about. Dylan Hickey puts himself up there, but how about Todd Smith making a good run here in the 39, as well as Jordan Teal, currently in 6th. Oh, man, Levi Selinsky and Peter Short almost getting physical there.
I've gotten physical with Levi Zelinsky from a time, too, if anybody remembers New Hampshire about a week ago. Him and I were actually beating and banging doors. There was something I didn't like that he was doing, so I kind of actually shoved him off me, and he got mad at me for it. And Teal's
why did I say anything? Man.
Jordan Teal. Man, I tell you what, he hit that turn 4 wall, and you talked about, Justin, on top of the show. Man, he hit it really good, and it just shot him down pit road. Teal will obviously get the black flag cleared for that.
What a shame. I shouldn't have opened my big mouth, I guess. Just was talking about how good he was running in 6th, and unfortunately it's I mean, that's pretty well torn up.
Well, good news for Teal, he's not a lap down yet. So, I mean, if he can catch a caution, he can still remain in this thing. But it's still early right now. We got
something's up with Paul Ross. Both he and Chuck Sweeting got squirreled up on the back straightaway. Paul's got pretty good right side damage.
Paul hit the outside wall off turn 2 really hard.
And I'm not sure if Chuck Sweeting got loose trying to avoid him, but
he
did. A replay. I just saw Paul Ross getting loose, and there went the 26 as well.
Watch Chuck Sweeting right here. He thinks he just gets loose trying to figure out where Paul's going to go, and he hits the wall.
He didn't know if he was going to come back up, and I'm sure he got hard on the brakes just to make sure. Well, Paul's still leading this race, but he does have some good damage. From the looks of it, it looked like just loose off the corner, tapped it a little bit, and then really got into it.
Tell you what, for Paul Ross, that was a you know what moment for Paul.
Yeah. Good
Paul
amount
might
of rear end damage there, though.
Yeah, a good right side damage too. Paul might be ahead of that cutoff line by a good significant amount, but man, you never know. And he's washed up the track again. Sweeting's still working that bottom.
And that's kind of drawn in the two guys behind him, Luis Tomaso and Dylan Hickey.
Yeah, we're going to see a battle for the race lead before you know it here. Yep, here we go. 2 distinctive lines right now. Paul's higher than usual, and that's not going to be the preferred groove off turn 2. That's actually the gray area. Watch out for that wall.
Didn't quite clear him. Paul's going to have the momentum down the back, but he's going to most likely lose it here. Alpha 4.
Sweeting's looks like he's got looks like there's a lot less damage on that 26 car than that 18. Sweeting's got it. Sweeting takes the lead for the first time today. First lead change of the day. Ross the second. Now here comes Salmasso. And I don't think Ross is going to put up a big fight with Salmasso here.
He's going to hold on to it. He's probably going to lose it in 3 and 4 here once again, but it doesn't seem like it's too bad of a damage. I mean, he's still going. Looking like he still has some speed in it, so.
I mean, my goodness, Peter Short looks worse than that.
Yeah. Todd Smith gonna try and get by the 91 here. Got the left sides in the grass. Oh, man, really washed up.
Man, that could have been big. That could have clipped the left rear quarter panel of the 91 and end his day in a quick hurry. Right now, Dylan Hickey's getting on the radio about it, it sounds like. I don't think there, I mean, there's no I don't know intentionally doing things out there. All mistake driving there. What a cool thing is about Todd Smith is that he's driving that car that I think David Wilson would usually drive, and David Wilson has a VR headset. And Dustin, you've experienced VR headsets before.
Yeah.
But Todd Smith has Twitch on the car this week.
Fully transitioned to it at this point in VR, and I can tell you it's a little strange, but you get used to it really quick and you find the advantages of it. Even with a triple screen, it takes a lot, but definitely fun if you can get your hands on it.
Tell you what, a driver who might actually go for the race lead pretty soon. It might be Luis Salmasso, but we do got a battle for third. Dylan Hickey's caught Paul Ross. It's just a matter of trying to get around Paul. That car, number 18, has not been the same since he hit the wall. It's been totally different now. Hickey underneath. Ross, the lamb and the lion, going at it.
He's not going to have him quite cleared there, so they'll be side by side down the front. Might be able to get him in 1.
Like I said, that's the lamb and the lion going at it right there. And looks like young Dylan Hickey's going to try to get him done right here, and he does. He's up to third. He's having a great day.
Wow. He got loose off the corner, I believe, and Paul just about gained it all back just behind this. But I think we're going to have a battle for the lead right here. Yep, Luis underneath the 26 of Chuck Sweeting. Not going to have him cleared off 4. They'll be side by side down the front.
This is what Luis Salmasso wants. This is what he has to do. to ensure himself to get into that round of 6, which is going to begin at Chicagoland Speedway and then another race at Phoenix. And actually, that racetrack's called ISM Raceway.
Yeah, that's going to take a little getting used to.
It is. I still call Phoenix. So some asshole takes the lead. Justin, if you're Paul Ross right now, man, and you're losing these valid positions, are you worried?
Well, I mean, of course you're worried, but I think he's, at this point, figured out what the damage is, if any. And at this point, he kind of just has to keep the tires under him and either hope for a caution or just wait for the next pit stop. Either way, if it's under green, I don't think he's going to be able to get this damage fixed. So, he's definitely got a long night ahead of him. Who was that in pit road? Rusty Webb in pit road.
He got damage? He's a lap down. It looks like he's got some damage. I do see.
Hasn't let Luis Almaso get too far away, but no better time for Luis to get his first win than the cutoff race.
Man, and he's got to do it today, and he wants to stay up front because he wants to be up front by the time lap 67 comes along. You know what that means. That's plus 10 bonus points, so that's actually cut his deficit in half to where it's going to be 2 points then. So it looks like
making some moves at the moment.
Is he really? Oh, yeah, he is. He got around the 39 of Todd Smith. His teammates up ahead of him. That's Paul Ross, who just lost a spot to Kevin Finn. And by the way, we haven't not mentioned Kevin Finn too much here today. He's one of those drivers who has to win to get in. He's up there in the top 5. Just ahead of him is Dylan Hickey.
Yeah, 42 points coming into tonight. Definitely a must-win at this point.
How about Matt Hackathorn battling right now with Richard Lafferty in the 8th? That's going to be a battle for 9th.
I'm telling you, man. Matt really impressed me last week at Martinsville. With the second place finish as Richard Lafferty got into the wall there. Just a little bit. But that second place finish was really impressive to me last week at Martinsville for Matt. And I'm really hoping that he can build off that momentum that he had at Martinsville and see if he can't sneak in.
Well, I thought Richard Lafferty hit the wall hard enough to where he's going to go towards the inside, but he did not, thankfully.
And Kevin Finn has just taken the 3rd spot away from the 91 of Dylan Hickey.
Look at Finn go, and I thought Dylan Hickey was on the move. Here comes Kevin Finn. Kevin Finn's actually side by side on the grid with Dylan Hickey, 10th and 11th.
Big movers as some of these guys make mistakes early.
I got Cameron Rich going past Levi Zielinski. Levi actually smacked the outside wall. This is allowing Cameron Rich to take advantage of that situation. That's going to be a
and he just got it again.
Man, he went up the hill. He went totally up the hill on entrance.
I'm wondering if he hit a bump there or something.
That could be.
Because that thing just shot up the racetrack like he had no control of it.
Turns 1 and 2 on this old pavement at Texas Motor Speedway, because iRacing doesn't have the new version of it. Turns 1 and 2 is actually the hardest part of the corners because it's so bumpy, even on the bottom. You hit the bumps wrong, can shoot you straight up the racetrack. Turns 3 and 4, it's a little more smoother than what turns 1 and 2 is.
And,
but it's a little more trickier.
As old as this pavement is, I think I would prefer the old Texas to the new Texas at this point. This year's race just didn't provide a lot of excitement like this race has been so far. At least we got some side-by-side action going on. Richard Lafferty coming to pit road here.
Richard Lafferty actually tagged that outside wall when he got passed earlier. Now he's coming down pit road. He's driving for Johnny Thomas Racing, Lafferty is.
A little mistake in joining the race. Got into the Ford, so...
I'm seeing an iRacing paint scheme. I wonder if he has another paint scheme under that thing to where it's not showing up on my end of the screen. Nick Millard, is he pitting? No, he's not. I thought he was. My live timing and scoring is like going dark. And Paul Ross sounds like he's pitting, right?
Yes, he is on pit road.
Okay. It's Paul Ross pitting right now on pit road. Bear with us here as we got our cameras here. But yeah, I'm seeing 4 tires go up. Paul Ross, he's just going to probably keep in mind how much damage he has. See Salmasso's on screen right now, just wondering when he's going to pit.
Yep, 4-tire pit stop. Not going to repair any damage. Didn't expect him to, but he will be off pit road.
Nathan Velez is on pit road. How about the 26 is on pit
All right.
road? All right, we got our pit stops. These are early pit stop goers.
That was about lap 34 that everybody started coming in. So about 10 laps earlier than they were going to go on fuel. Kind of what I expected.
Sam Close is on pit road. I'm seeing Todd Smith, Chuck Sweeting. Sweeting's actually on pit road much longer than usual, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah. Repairing some damage, most likely. 23 seconds and counting.
Did he get a speeding penalty?
I think he probably got a penalty, actually.
I'm gonna double check this. This is a speeding penalty.
That has to be a speeding penalty. Most likely.
What did I say the pit road speed limit was? 50. He was good on entrance. I'm kind of double checking my stats here.
I believe it was Chad Brown just came off pit road. It was?
I think it was a speeding penalty for Chuck Sweeting. We'll have to ask him if you ever get to talk to him.
I'd have to imagine, based off kind of pit road time, normally about 14 seconds and was on pit road for 29, so 15-second stopping or 15-second holding penalty.
Hackathorn on pit road. Kevin Finn's on pit road. Not Hackathorn, excuse me. It was Kevin Finn. See Michael Whitley on pit road as well.
So everybody has come down except for the top 3: Luis Salmasso, Sam Close, and Matt Hackathorn, and Levi Zielinski. I believe, yes.
Yes, and Nick Miller. Kind of looking here. Jordan Teal has yet to see pit road.
Yeah, actually, a lot of guys who are cycling around as we speak.
The top guy that's going to be that's on fresher tires that visited pit road first was the 18 of Paul Ross. He's got a rear view full of Dylan Hickey right now.
Yeah.
Hickey's actually got a lap fresher tires.
Just about to say, that almost got physical there.
Oh, Zielinski hit the wall.
It has not been a good night for Levi.
So this is a good thing for Paul to gain that track position, but he's racing around guys who have a lap fresher tires, and they're still zooming right past him like he's nothing. I mean, that's crazy how much tire wear is here on the simulator of iRacing. And I'm still seeing Salmasso. He's still out there on the track. Sam Close, I thought he pitted, but I guess he did not. He's out there in second place. Oh, in the outside wall. Sam Close has got to take evasive action. That was Patrick McCusker. Seeing Levi Zielinski, who has yet to see pit road. Nick Miller and Jordan Teal all have yet to see pit road right now. Dylan Hickey will be the first driver. If those drivers do pit, we'll probably see the race lead. Followed closely by Todd Smith, so we'll have to see if Salmasso's coming down. It's already 40 laps. Now, I did say at the top of the show, folks, that... Jordan Teal.
I think that was speeding. It seemed pretty quick.
Yeah. I did say at the top of the show, pit road was like 42 to 45 laps. Sometimes, folks, drivers will just pit early to try to gain that tire advantage, to try to gain that track position. So, and this is actually kind of showing what I was talking about, 42 to 45 laps, because it's been 41 laps now for Luis Salmasso.
Gonna do some quick math, see if maybe he's gonna gain anything in terms of pit strategy.
Tire-wise, yes. I mean, he'll lose a lot of time, but he'll be much faster. Tell you what, though, Dylan Hickey on back's been really heating up.
Just went 3 wide down the back stretch there. Kevin Rich split the middle.
Did you really? I totally missed it.
Patrick McCusker was on the top, Jordan Teal on the bottom.
All these guys are a lap down. Now, a terrible thing right here, Justin, is a caution flag.
Yeah, and we haven't seen any tonight, kind of surprisingly. Oh, spun down pit road. That's Levi Zielinski. It has just not been a good night for him as he hits the wall again. Realistically, it just has not been, as Luis Almaso coming to pit road, it has just not been a good season for Levi ever since the playoffs started, really.
Yeah.
And Sam Close will follow. Okay, I thought that was a bit close on Sam for speeding. I think he's going to be all right.
All right, they come down pit road. Does Nick Miller stay out though? Yes, he does.
Yep, and just about got into the wall, and here's replay on Levi. He was definitely speeding, and kind of paid the price for it too in terms of time on pit road.
Seeing Nick Miller, the only driver that has yet to see pit road here today. He has yet to lead a lap right now. He's up there in the higher groove of the track.
Looking to change that stat right here.
He'll get it. Nick Miller, top of the board at the moment. All right, so after everything is cycling through, Todd Smith just actually took the race lead. Actually, we do got a battle for the race lead between 3 cars. Oh, man, look at that. Up the hill goes to 39. He still hangs on to the lead without hitting the wall. I still say this is a 3-car battle for the top spot, but even though the battle is on for second place, even though Nick Miller, he's coming down pit road right now, here comes the top 3 drivers. It is going to be 39 of Todd Smith, the 14 of Kevin Finn, and Dylan Hickey in the 91. 1, 2, 3.
Man, that is really close. And while we're watching that, Luis Almaso picking him up and putting him down at the moment, up to 9th. About 10 seconds off that and closing quickly. A good second faster than Kevin Finn was the last time around.
Go.
Even though he was battling.
Finn wants a bonus point. He's a driver that needs to get a win to get in, and he leads a lap.
Now both of them go to the high side that time. 91 of Dylan Hickey going to try and steal second place here. And will.
You know, this is great racing right here. These are 3 drivers you normally have not seen up there towards the front all season long in any kind of series, realistically. Like, with the exception of probably Todd Smith in the Truck Series. But here in the Cup Series sides, Smith gets under the wall. He's going to try to go through a pass in the grass area. He saves it. Good save.
Well, Peter's short with all the damage he had. Up to 4th. Just behind the 39 of Todd Smith, making the most out of a pretty poor start.
Just behind Peter, Cameron Rich.
I'm with how bad that 22's tore up, I'm pretty shocked it's still running that well.
All right, how about an update on Luis Almaso here? He's up there in 9th place.
Closing in probably about a second each lap on the lead.
29.
Maybe a little less than that.
A 29.6 compared to the race leader's 30 flat, so that's 4/10 of a lap.
Slowly equalizing in terms of how far he's coming up through the field and the gap, but I'm not too sure about that strategy of staying out that long, because as quickly as he's coming through the field, I mean, I don't think it was worth it to stay out that much longer, the amount of time he was losing.
I agree, and here's the reason why I agree with you, Justin, is because we're already on lap 50. It'll be a while until they go ahead and until that lap 67 comes along, which is going to be it's coming up pretty soon. Even though he's gaining on Hackathon for 8th right now, I still believe he lost very valuable halfway bonus points.
Yeah, was just thinking about it. Yeah, definitely. I think he threw away some good points, unless these guys pit earlier than that lap. Most likely they won't. They're not going to just throw away points like that, but definitely think that, like you said, kind of threw them away.
Oh, man, Peter Short got by. I did a textbook pass on Dylan Hickey. Dylan Hickey not going to give up without a fight. He may have to at this point. He's the sandwich right in the middle because he's got an Eisentech behind him and Eisentech in front of him. And number 39 up the hill just a little bit. That's Todd Smith. He lost a lot of ground to the driver who just got by him. That was going to be Nick Miller. Miller's actually a lap down.
Just on much fresher tires than these guys. Oh, that's going to be... Well, I thought that was going to be a lot tighter than it was. Camera kind of tricked me back there.
Salmasso, when we talked about him, he was in 9th place. Now he's in 7th. Actually, there's a battle between Richard Lafferty and Matt Hackathorn at the moment for 8th place. And up towards the front, nothing really happening. Kevin Finn has actually pulled out about 2 seconds. What we got there, production truck? Lafferty.
Tanner, I'm almost thinking as Lafferty got the apron and got loose, he's picking them up pretty quickly. I'm thinking he may prove us wrong here in the end of it. It seems like he's managing the tires fairly well, and he's still steadily gaining on these guys.
Salmasso, yes, sir. He just got by his teammate, Paul Ross. But now he's got to work on the 33 of Jordan Teal, who is actually a number of laps down, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. So he's down a lap.
In 19.
By the way, folks, Patrick McCusker had to take it to the garage. He has surpassed his 6 laps ordeal.
Rusty Webb is pretty close to it as well, 3 laps down.
Yeah, but McCusker is the only one out of the race today. Keeping an eye on Salmasso here. He's got past Teal now. Now he's got working with a little bit of clean air.
I feel like he's probably going to prove me wrong, but I think this is about probably where he's going to equalize with everybody else here in the 6th place.
Got a battle for 2nd on board. Cameron Rich and his teammate, Peter Short, battling right now. First time we've seen these two cats playing ball here today. Oh, both of them getting really loose. Cameron Rich actually was less looser, and he took advantage of the situation. Peter Short falls to 3rd. Cameron Rich now in 2nd place. Eisentech guys getting really close to each other, having fun with each other.
Well, one driver's having fun here tonight. The other one is just trying to fight for his championship hopes there. Peter Short there in the 22.
Problem is, I really think Salmasso ran out of time. I mean, he's got to gain 5 seconds on the leaders in 10 laps.
Yeah, and it's just... said it was slowly equalizing, and I think... Well, he's going to get Todd Smith, it looks like. Oh, Peter Short just about got that front stretch wall, and, I mean, somehow saved that race car. I don't know how he did.
Man, oh man, look at Hickey wanting to take advantage of this, not giving up. He's going to go up the hill, try to push him up the hill a little bit, use a little side bite, trying to get around Peter Short. Peter Short using a higher line to the advantage to keep his position on the track.
Just behind him, Luis Salmasso is able to take that 5th spot away from Todd Smith.
All right, so we're 10 laps now, 9 laps to go until that halfway bonus point. Let's throw an update, Justin, on where our below the cutoff line drivers are. One of them is leading the race, Kevin Finn, 3.5 second lead over Cameron Rich. So Kevin Finn sitting pretty good right now for that halfway 10 bonus points, very much needed, and he knows he's got to win to get into the next round. The next driver, Luis Salmasso, currently in 5th place on fresher tires than all these guys, and he's moving towards the front. Does he have enough time? He's got 9, now 8 laps to go to prove it. And how about Matt Hackathorn? Not as fast as the other 2 drivers, but he's in 8th place right now. So we have 1st, we have 5th, 4th place, and 8th place. Those are the 3 drivers. Now 9th place. Those are the 3 drivers that need to win to get in.
Yeah, Kevin Finn just kind of doing what he needs to do right now at the front. Going to get those easy 10 points, it looks like, as we close in. You mentioned Luis Salmasso. He got up to 4th now, got by the 91. So
Trouble. Matt Hackathorn got really loose and almost spun out the car, did not hit anything. He's lost a ton of lap time on the track, lost a ton of positions.
And really, I think with Matt, how far back he is, I think at this point might take a Hail Mary from a late race caution, should we get one. We've been caution-free so far for 61 laps.
Wow. Trouble, back straightaway!
Oh, the idiot of Rusty Webb!
Caution flag! That changes everything.
That's twice tonight, by the way. I just said we were caution-free.
Good job, Justin.
Yeah. Cursed Jordan T. in this field with a caution.
Tell you what, that happened right in front of teammate Paul Ross, and he is a 3OG driver, that 88 car is. It looks like he just got snappy loose and tried saving it. Paul Ross really just missed it. Do we have an onboard that 18? Oh, wait, watch this. Here's a good one. If you're Paul Ross in that situation, man, it's hard to tell where a driver's going to go.
Absolutely. Especially in one of those situations where you're just trying to get any sort of bite you can out of the car.
Here's an onboard of the 18 of Paul Ross, who's a pole sitter for tonight. Getting loose, getting loose. He wanted to go low, but he decided to stick to the outside road. That was a great call. Great eye-opening right there for Paul Ross.
And Rusty Webb has disconnected for the night.
Everybody down pit road now.
No surprise there. Except for Johnny Thomas stays out. As well as Richard Hines. And Chad Brown. Yeah, I mean, Johnny is 29 laps in. Richard Hines, 27.
Boy.
Chad Brown matching Johnny there. I have a feeling. Yeah, I have a feeling that he's just trying to get a lap lead here. Not that he needs it, but you'd have to imagine he's going to come down pit road.
What a race off pit road. That was Kevin Finn winning the race off pit road. Cameron Rich second. Luis Salmasso gains 2 spots. He's going to be up there in 3rd. And 4th place, Peter Short. 5th place, Dylan Hickey.
Here comes the rest of them down pit road, it would appear.
I still say that caution kind of saved a 3OG driver, and that 3OG driver was Sam Close. He actually lost a little time, even though he pitted with Luis. He was much further back on that green flag run than what Luis was, and that caution flag still puts him in the top 10 for some kind of bonus points for Sam. So that was a pretty good call. But I still think Luis, this pit caution flag did save him, and he's got a shot for 10 bonus points. Should we go back green flag racing, or should we get the 1-go signal next time by? He's kind of hoping for it.
Well, we get to see our first restart of the night. See how these guys will fare here. Not on older tires, but...
Sorry, I'm currently looking back right now on pit road speeding penalties. It's a possibility. Nope, it's not. Just a little bit of an update. Pole sitter Paul Ross stayed in this pit box to repair as much damage as he can, and he will have to start towards a little bit of back of the pack, currently in 18th.
Well, yeah, that was definitely a plus for some of those guys who had damage, this caution flag.
Pretty good green flag racing, Justin, here at Texas. I said at the top of the show, usually Texas produces some good green flag racing for the 3 Wide Racing League as a whole. And in the first 60 laps, we see our first caution of the evening, as now we just get the 1-go signal. So this is practically going to be a 2-lap shootout to the halfway bonus.
Yeah, and I'm talking about how long that went. Really surprising. I thought we were going to see a caution earlier than that with how these guys were kind of out of control and trying to hold on to these race cars, but good green flag racing, like you said. Saw a green flag run in there, green flag pit stop, and now we get to do a 2-lap shootout and decide who gets some bonus points here.
Let's reset the field for you here. Kevin Finn is one of those drivers who would like them bonus points he's a driver to win to get in. Cameron Rich in 2nd place. He's already advanced. Luis Salmasso, the same boat as Kevin Finn's, going to start it in 3rd. Peter Short in 4th. Dylan Hickey in 5th. Sam Close, 6th. Chuck Sweetings in 7th. 8th place, Richard Lafferty. 9th place, Todd Smith. Rounding out the top 10, Matt Hackthorne, who's in the same boat as Kevin Finn and Luis Salmasso. Justin, they're coming to you for the green flag.
Yes, sir. Well, no surprise. Kevin Finn going to choose the bottom side here. Cameron Rich will start above him in 2nd. See what Luis can do on this restart. We know he needs the points to try and advance here. And Kevin Finn in a must-win scenario. Kevin Finn is off. Green flag is out. A good start by that 14 as well as the 4 just behind. It looks like Luis will get the nose on the 17 and see if he can't steal second place away here from the 17 of Cameron Rich. And Sam Close just about got stuck in the middle there. We'll fall back a few positions. Zach got really close.
There was contact between the 17 and the 22 teammates. Salmasso is in second place trying to hunt down Kevin Finn. It's a gaggle of cars from Peter Short on back. Short is walking up the hill. Here comes Dylan Hickey. Sam Close is following close behind. Holy smokes, topsy-turvy here. White flag for the bonus point. Kevin Finn looking pretty good right now. He changes up the line. That messes it up a little bit.
Oh, we're 3 wide in the back there, just about.
Oh, we don't wreck, guys. At least not yet.
They got settled down back there. Kevin Finn gonna round turn 4 here. Looking like he'll get those 10 bonus points, much needed. Salmasso's gonna get second and just about contact between Peter Short and Sam Close.
I still like the 9 bonus points for Luis Salmasso, but that 1 extra could mean a lot. But meanwhile, he's going to have to settle for 9. Congratulations to Kevin Finn for getting it, but we got some close quarters battle on the racetrack. Dylan Hickey getting it on with Cameron Rich. That is veteran versus rookie, man, and Hickey's having a stellar of a day here in Texas.
It's really brought out a lot of guys that we don't get to talk about here tonight. Peter Short did not get a good run off corner 4. Falling back, just lost position to Chuck Sweeting. Todd Smith now going to get under him. He's going to get turned. But he's going to save it somehow. And now we're going to go 3 wide. Oh, Richard Lafferty.
He's coming on track. That's going to be a caution.
Watch out, boys. All right.
Wow. What a nail biter of a restart that was. That was only a couple of laps, too. I have to take a look at the replay.
They go 3 wide there. This is the lap before, I believe. Peter Short. I'm not sure what quite happened to him. I think he may have got, well.
I don't know if he clipped the 8.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he got it.
He got it right there. That messed it up. Here comes Chuck.
Lost all his momentum off there, and now he's going to get freight trained here. Up the track.
Oh. And 39 was already underneath him.
Here we go, 3 wide.
Yeah, but look at that 8 car riding on the apron. That's what got him loose.
Absolutely.
Good save by Richard Lafferty.
Just a simple spin there. No damage done. He'll get some fresh tires and continue on.
Pit road is open. Kevin Finn stays out, but we got a little bit of a mixed bag, but majority comes in. This is actually a pretty good strategy call here. We did see a difference when Paul Ross was on a lap older tires than everybody else and how far he fell back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why you don't pit there. We already got our bonus points. Why not? Come on down.
Oh,
free tires, basically.
Salmasso is actually licking his chops, and the name on his car says it all. It's Jaws. Everybody getting 4 tires. Salmasso is out and away. So is Dylan Hickey, Chuck Sweeting, Samuel Close, Matt Hackathorn. Where'd Hackathorn come from?
I don't know, but did you see Todd Smith absolutely dirt tracking it to the pit road line? I mean, didn't get any grip out of those rear tires.
What's Kevin Finn and Cameron Rich gonna do? If I was Kevin Finn, man, I'd be a little worried because you're the driver that needs a win to get in. Cameron Rich, he could probably just come down pit road and just get 4 tires and start in the back and just have fun with this race.
Well, he already had some fun beginning of the race making his way up front. Now that he's up here, I'm thinking he probably wants to stay up here. But, I just got some, good news. It's okay.
Baseball news.
Yeah, I just checked in, and, it was 12-1 Boston last time I checked. And, now it's 14-1, so I'm really glad that, I'm working tonight.
I'm a fan. Yeah, I'm a fan of 2 teams in MLB. I like the Chicago Cubs, which is the top favorite, but I do like the Milwaukee Brewers because I am living in Wisconsin. But I do like the Cubs more, and the Brewers did eliminate my Cubs, so I got to cheer on the Brewers.
I'd like to point out that it's the same inning from the last time I checked about 10 minutes ago, so that's good. Pretty sure it was the bottom of the 8th. Oh, someone just blew up. Who was that?
Who blew up?
I just heard someone blow up. Who was that?
Zelensky.
Oh.
No? Production, you can't do that.
Oh, the 46 of Kyle Hanshaw, I believe. He's slowed down the back straightaway.
Hanshaw. Kyle Hanshaw looks like he blew up. He's trying to coast at the pit road. No? Who blew up?
I'm pretty sure he blew up.
Somebody blew up.
I heard it.
Know. Well, I think well, it doesn't matter anymore because we got the 1-to-go signal. It didn't help that Carlos was on replay, but no offense, Carlos. But nonetheless, let's reset the field here for you. Kevin Finn is going to restart in first place on older set of tires by about 4 to 5 laps. So does Cameron Rich. 4 fresh tires goes to the first guy. That's Luis Salmasso in 3rd, Dylan Hickey in 4th, Chuck Sweeting in 5th, Sam Close in 6th, Matt Hackathorn in 7th, Todd Smith 8th, Nick Miller 9th, and rounding out the top 10, Paul Ross, the pole sitter.
I have a confirmation on the car who blew up. It was the 43 of Patrick McCusker.
Oh. Well, he shouldn't be on track. He's 26 laps down unless he blew up on pit road and just blew it up.
He must have been. He was definitely coasting down pit road, so.
Coming to you, Justin.
Oh, boy. All right. So once again will be Kevin. Wow, Kevin Finn did not waste any time on that restart. Pace car was in and he was off. Didn't want to mess with any of them. He's off into turn 1. Easy lead there. And once again, it'll be Luis Salmasso and Cameron Rich fighting for that second spot. I believe he'll be able to give it to Luis Salmasso. You will. Cameron Rich all the way up the racetrack. He's going to lose 3 spots there.
Man, I don't want to get a copyright on this as we're live here on 3Y TV, but you guys know the Jaws theme. Here he comes. He's in 2nd.
Cameron Rich really slowing up there. Yeah. He did not have a good lap there. But as quickly as you say that, Luis is there, and here comes Dylan Hickey underneath.
Man,
trying to make a run here.
Man, Hickey scared me there. Oh, man, look at this. Here comes
Sweeting. To the inside of Hickey. Will he have any momentum to build off of? He's going to get chopped off there a little bit. Was not able to make the corner stick there. And now it'll look like Sam Close will be just behind him. We'll start putting on some pressure.
Man, I don't know. That bottom's not working out for Hackathorn, but I was just about to say the top 6 cars consist of drivers who must win to get in, but not anymore. Hackathorn actually fell back just a little bit. You got Salmasso 2nd, Finn's in 1st. Finn's doing an excellent job holding off the guy behind him with 4 fresh tires. Cameron Rich has dropped like a pigeon. Man, look at Hickey.
Yeah, that's a serious fight for 2nd place there. They got just about touching there. And Salmasso will have the inside of the 14 of Kevin Finn. Oh, there goes Hickey! Touched the wall!
Did he really? I thought. Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. I was just about to say if he did, that was a tremendous save. All that moving around on Dylan Hickey's part.
Oh, I thought he was going to come back onto the racetrack to see what happened here.
Yeah, I think all this moving around, Justin, like this, you can't move around like that all the time in the corners of the track, and that's going to get the car really loose. Oh, he was having such a great run too, and that was just a rookie mistake.
Unfortunately, it ain't over. Yeah. 22 and I believe it was 64. Yep. Side by side. Oh, and here's the battle for the lead there. Still going on. Salmasso will have it. Barely. Kevin Finn going to hold on to that right quarter panel.
Finn's got to be really careful right here because he's on older sets of tires than all these guys surrounding him. If he continues to battle like this, he'll wear out those tires even more. Car up the hill in turns 1 and 2. Matt Hackathorn. And Ross is going to try to take advantage of that situation. Meanwhile, towards the front is heavy-duty action because Salmasso got the lead. Kevin Finn's now in 2nd. The top maybe 5 cars are nose to tail right now, only separated by 9/10 of a second. Caution flag.
The 56 of Tate Lytle, 87 Richard Hines, and Dylan Hickey involved in this one.
Ooh, Tate.
See what happened. Riding on board with the 87 of Richard Hines. Tate just in front of him, that pink car, the pink Toyota. Oh, contact with the 64, Chad Brown.
Door-to-door contact right there.
Just overcorrected.
Levi. Can we get an onboard of Levi Zielinski there? Oh, Richard Hines. Daggone. Right here's contact. Look at Levi. Doesn't even hit the wall. I actually did hit the wall.
Man, that was close though.
This is
it's turn 2, so into turn 3
this
here.
This is Levi right here. He's gonna see contact and he's gonna take a base of action. Oh crap.
Now watch the mirror.
Oh man, that 56 hit the outside wall hard. Now if this was real life racing, thank God for safety barriers.
Absolutely. All right.
Pit
Who
road
comes into pit? Everybody.
Kevin Finn, that was a blessing for him. He's still in second, or still in the top 2. Come down and get 4 fresh tires. So that strategy actually paid off. Did not pay off for Cameron Rich, however. Just looking up and down pit road. See he's going to win on the race off pit road. I do believe it's going to be Sal Masso. Hopefully he did not cross more than 3 pit boxes. That would be a penalty, but nonetheless, Luis Salmasso wins the race off pit road. Kevin Finn 2nd place. Chuck Sweeting in 3rd. Samuel close in 4th. And how about that? Paul Ross back in the top 5.
Cameron Rich all the way back to 17th. Looks like he took a little bit of an extended stay on pit road to repair some damage.
He did hit the wall, but very slightly, though. But I think it was enough.
No surprise there. Dylan Hickey also going to take an extended stay.
Oh, man, Dylan Hickey, man. What a whale of a run that he had here tonight. I mean, he's got to be really... I mean, you can't, just because you get an incident like that and it kind of ends your performance of what you were doing out there, you can't take away what you're doing out there. It still has to give you a confidence booster saying, I can do this.
Absolutely. I mean, that's kind of been the story of the night, really. Just a lot of guys that we don't get to talk about a whole lot racing for the lead. And some of the other guys who were considered more the top dogs kind of struggling here tonight.
Well, yeah, most definitely here.
But obviously, I mean, these are guys who are pretty consistently top 10, maybe top 5 drivers each week in and week out. So, not trying to discredit them here tonight, but...
No, it's great. You know, I agree, Justin. It is so great to see drivers like Dylan Hickey, them guys doing really well here in the 3-wide racing league, where they're not causing incidents. It's just clean, flat-out good racing. Luis, he's been competitive all season, but, you know, and I know Isentech not take anything away from Isentech Enterprise because they're fast everywhere they go. A lot of credit has to go to them guys, too. But it's great to see such as Kevin Finn, you know, he has some up and down season, you know. I mean, Todd Smith's up there, Hackathorn, you know, some drivers who have yet to see victory lane this season.
All racing for the first, and if Kevin Finn can take home the victory here tonight, or probably Luis Almaso, I'm thinking it's going to be Peter Short who's going to get bumped out here tonight. So
1 to go signal this time by, and a little bit of a different strategy call on a restart because Luis Almaso is your race leader, and he has now elected the outside row on Kevin Finn in the number 14. Those are the top 2 drivers. 3rd place is going to be the number 26 of Chuck Sweeting. 4th place, Samuel Close, and rounding out the top 5, Paul Ross, who was our pole sitter, and he's back up there in the mix. Todd Smith in the 39 has been up there in the top 10 all this evening. He's in 6th. Matt Hackathorn in 7th. Michael Whitley back on up there in 8th in the 76. Richard Lafferty in 9th. Rounding out the top 10, Nick Miller. Good to see Nick up there in the top 10. Looks like there's a little bit of a hanging back from the pace car ordeal.
Yeah, quite a bit, actually.
Not sure if there's anything in the rule book about that.
Well, yeah. And Luis is going to be your leader on this restart. So now it looks like they're starting to catch up. I have a feeling that Luis is going to take off probably right about here. There he goes. Oh, good. Oh, man, Sam Close really spun the tires there. Holds on to the race car, but he's going to lose a bunch of spots there. 26 of Chuck Sweeting going to go by, and possibly the 18 of Paul Ross.
My goodness, was Sam in the wrong gear?
Yeah.
Man, look at this. 39 of Todd Smith getting underneath the pole sitter right there. Paul Ross. He's been up there. Both drivers practically.
Oh, that's going to get tight.
Oh, man. Contact, but no driver hit the wall there. Good driving by Paul Ross's part.
Paul Ross still getting kind of beat around back there.
Paul Rossi.
This is on board with Kevin Finn. Going to have a run down the back. Can he do anything with it? He'll poke to the inside. Not quite there. Now he'll get the nose in.
He wants to get in there. The door might just close. Man, there's activity from Matt Hackathorn on back. Big time. Even though we got a battle for the top spot at the moment.
Nose to tail.
Yeah, look at that. Matt Hackathorn is behind him is just a hornet's nest full of cars.
From 6th all the way back to 14th.
Bet that number 18 wants to get the heck out of there. I'm telling you.
Absolutely, as well as the 44 of Matt Hackathorn in the top 5.
Hackathorn up the hill again, man. I don't know how many times he's seen that gray area, but man, he's been up there.
Well, he got a good run off to his credit. Was able to clear the 39.
Nothing happening up there towards the race lead, but Peter Short really getting a good run on Hackathorn at the moment. 39 car actually got a little slower on entrance, almost hitting the wall on the outside of turn 2. Here comes the 18 of Paul Ross towards his inside. He's going to try to take advantage of this. Hackathorn's just been in trouble on that higher side, and it's not really been working out. The only time it really does work out is moments like this, getting that run. Oh, man, Lafferty really loose back there. Holy man. Checked up a gaggle of cars.
Up front, Kevin Finn has the lead. Luis Almaso trying to get it back there. Was just barely going to get the nose inside. And he'll try it again.
Oh, I just had an internet surge on my part, but we're okay right now. A little bit laggy, but nonetheless, yeah, you're right, Justin. Up towards the front still, Kevin Finn, Luis Almaso. Almaso trying to put a little more pressure on that 14 car.
Kevin Finn just actually took over the race lead from the Ford Luis Almaso. Wanted to make sure there.
Yes. I assume the production truck is watching the Yankees. Man, Hackathorn's in trouble again, man. But we still got a battle for the race lead. Yeah, let's keep it on the battle for the race lead
get
here.
To the inside, Luis Almaso will. Side by side, it's going to be tight through 1 and 2.
Man, he tried washing up the hill just a little bit to try to take away the line. Doesn't really help because that high line really prevails on corner exit. Salmasso drives it in there. A lot better than how he managed turn 1 and 2.
Side by side for just about a lap there. Good racing up here at the front for the lead. Salmaso not giving up. Still to the inside through 1 and 2.
Good battle between these two cats up here, man. And this is a battle for who's going to try to get into the next round here, folks. You have to remember, Kevin Finn and Luis Salmaso both fighting for the race lead. These top 2 drivers have to win this race in order to advance to the next round of the playoffs.
And realistically, the guy who's going to get shoved out, if one of these guys wins, Luis finally gets the lead, is going to be Peter Short. Because Sam Close just ahead of him by 1 point. That was the difference coming into tonight. So we'll have to see with playoff points that they got to halfway.
Kevin Finn, he might perform a little bit of a slide job. And he does, but here comes
the cross under.
This is great racing. Tell you what, that 26 car is just in the popcorn position there.
Neither driver giving an inch here. They know what they're going to need to do to advance here tonight. Oh, man, almost contact.
Oh, man, it was either get loose or make contact. He got loose. Does he really? No, he doesn't.
He was good tonight.
There's 3 drivers below the cutoff line, and that was Hackathorn, Samasso, and Finn. And Hackathorn currently is in 5th place at the moment. He's battling with Paul, but that battle for the race lead is not letting up.
While you watch this battle for the lead, Hackathorn's been trying to work in that upper groove for these past couple laps. Paul's to the inside, but he got such a good run on that high side that it didn't matter. He got it back on the backstretch, but he's been working it these past couple laps.
One of those pros, it's not a con, it's a pro of dynamic track surfaces. Look at this 26 car. He's joining this fray because of this battling going on for the race lead here. But, I mean, he can either try to take a 3 wide and really unfold his gaggle of the lead, or just kind of sit back and see what happens. But I'm afraid if he waits, if he waits, Sam Close will eventually catch him because Sam's in 4th. Look at that 14 car trying to get around the outside. Don't know if it's going to happen. No, it doesn't.
It's going to cross under, though.
Ooh.
Are we going to see? No. Chuck backs out of it a little bit. About to be a 4-car race for this lead. Samasso had to slow up there a little bit. Yeah. And just about made contact with the 26 there.
These 2 cats up here towards the front are not giving up without a fight, but Luis Almas looks like he's going to have to be, he's being forced to back off just a little bit because he had a number of laps right there battling with Kevin Finn, and those top 2 drivers right now are trying to get into the next round of the playoffs. Chuck Sweeting, he's already in the playoffs for the next round, but a win can certainly help out even more.
Kevin Finn scooting away just the slightest.
I want to take my eyes off the race lead here for a split minute here because look at Paul Ross on back. There's 3 wide back here. And wisely, Matt Hackathorn has to back off against the wall.
Oh, and the 39 of Todd Wilson. Or Todd Smith, excuse me.
No caution. We remain green. Hold up on replay. What'd you see, Justin?
Man, it looked like both the 44 and the 39 into the wall there, and it's a shame the 39 was having such a good race.
Ooh.
That's heavy contact to that right front.
I like how he still has the steering wheel pointed to the right. That's all I respect that in a driver. Even though he's bouncing off the wall, he still has the steering wheel pointed to the right and allowing that car to bounce off the wall instead of going head on towards the inside.
Absolutely. But in doing that, I think it might have damaged the suspension just a little bit. We'll have to wait and see.
Up towards the front, top 3 drivers, separated by 0.3 of a second. Kevin Finn, Luis Salmasso, and Chuck Sweeting. And a 10th behind the number 26 car, and maybe a couple more tenths, is going to be Sam Close. And I do believe that got drivers who were battling from like 6th on back have actually unfolded just a little bit more. Levi Zielinski's actually up there in the top 10, running better than what he was early in the race. He saw a lot of trouble. Remember that spin out he had on pit road? He's up there in 7th now.
What a recovery.
Matt Hackathorn hit the outside wall. He's a driver that needs a win to get in. Hit the outside wall to try to avoid the 39 car, and thank God there was no extra damage on that 44 machine, but he has fallen back to 9th.
Matt Hackathorn. Oh man, that's most likely speeding there.
And that ended, and if it is, yeah, he was 76 miles an hour on the line. So that's speeding. So that's definitely going to end his chances on a championship to the next round. So he will not advance. This might start green flag pit stops, though. Yes, that's true, production truck.
Chuck Sweeting to pit road. Cameron Rich as well.
Get down pit road, guys, right now. I'm telling you, Finn, Samasso, don't wait. Get down pit road now. Tires mean everything. You remember when Samasso stayed out that long time? And look how much time he lost? We don't got a lot of race left here. We got less than... We got 30 laps to go this time by.
if they're smart, they'll come down pit road here.
Salmasso
Luis Salmasso will. Kevin Finn will stay out. Ooh, see him close. Oh, that I think that's pretty borderline there on speeding.
I'll try to get a ruling here. He was 56. I'll get a ruling here in a minute because iRacing will hold you on pit road if you speed. So we'll have to take a look at his time. So give me a couple minutes here.
59 at the line.
No
penalty.
Oh, he got
if you would have got penalized, that would have most likely taken him out of the championship. If the 4 or the 14 would have won this race.
Salmasso did beat his teammate off. There's a couple drivers who did stay out right now. Kevin Finn remains out. Kevin Finn, Michael Whitley is now in third place, trying to battle with Richard Lafferty for second. And right behind him is Nick Miller.
Kevin Finn still staying out. I don't like this strategy at all.
Trouble! Levi Zielinski wrecking on the back straightaway. If he comes back on the track, that's a caution flag. Caution zone!
Oh my goodness!
Changes everything!
As soon as I said that, I didn't like that strategy. Suddenly, that traps just about everybody a lap down. Man, I love that strategy.
But if you're a driver that stayed out, it benefited you.
And that's exactly what all those guys who just pitted did not want to see.
Right here, he hit that inside wall coming off of pit road, and it got the car out of whack, and he hit that, So if right here, you'll see, put the power down too much. Did he hit the inside wall? If he did not, then he did. Right there. That's what got him.
Struggled with that in qualifying. Bites him again in the race.
This changes everything. If you stayed out under this caution flag, it relatively benefited you because this is going to give the lucky dog the Chuck Sweeting, but Cameron Rich on back, which means they'll get the wave around. They just cannot pit, so they'll be at the tail end along this line anyways.
And I mean, they only put about 3 laps on their tires.
Yep. It's still a lot, though.
That's
we did
still
see how
relatively
Cameron
a lot.
Rich dropped back, yes.
Oh, man.
This totally changes the game now. And that actually messed up Salmasso's strategy.
Man, what is that, the third time tonight? That as soon as I say something completely opposite happens?
Yes, absolutely.
As soon as I said that I didn't like that strategy, all of a sudden the caution comes out and changes my whole point of view.
Let's wait till pit stops is over so we don't mess them up. But Chuck Sweeting officially gets the lucky dog here. Kevin Finn wins the race off pit road.
And possibly just won this race.
Maybe. I mean, well, here's the kicker. Right now, Luis Salmasso is a lap down, right? So, and Cameron Rich is behind the pace car. These guys, Cameron Rich on back, were a lap down. So on the 2 to go or the 1 to go mark, these guys are going to collect the wave around and lined up behind the lucky dog driver, Chuck Sweeting. The problem is when you're a wave around driver, you cannot pit. Otherwise, you lose your lucky dog or you lose your wave around. All right, let's go ahead and bring up Kevin Finn and Justin. If you want to go ahead and talk to Kevin, go right ahead.
All right, Kevin Finn through ITV, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, as soon as I said that I didn't like your strategy of staying out, the caution flag came out, trapped everybody a lap down, and now you're looking like the man to beat. You came here tonight knowing what you needed to do, must-win scenario, and it looks like you're put in pretty good position right here.
Yeah, it's not over till it's over, though, so not getting my hopes up. But came here to win, and that's what I got to do tonight. So 42 points out, so the only thing I can do is win, and like I said, it's not over till it's over.
I like that. You know, it's never over till it's over, so I have that in mind, but probably going to be 24, 23 laps to go when we go green. What's the outlook to the end of this thing?
Hopefully stays green. I feel like I got the long run pace tonight, so that's the plan, man. Hopefully no more cautions.
Absolutely. Hope it all works out for you. If so, what an upset it will be in the playoff standings. Don't want to get your hopes up, so we'll let you go, and best of luck on this restart.
Thanks, guys.
And right now, Kevin Finn, best of luck to him right now. He's a little bit nervous, I'm sure, but let's kind of review before we go green here, Justin. I'm gonna go ahead and read off the playoff standings here before we go green here. The drivers below the cutoff line consist of 3 drivers. Luis Salmaso was -12, Matt Hackathorn -26, Kevin Finn in that 14 -42. If Kevin Finn wins this race, that will knock out Peter Short, who's an Eisentech Racing driver, teammate to Cameron Rich. So there's a lot of activity going on right now in the closing stages of this race. I do believe we have the one to go signal this time by. All them drivers such as Luis Salmaso, Cameron Rich, and them guys all have to take a wave around, Matt Hackathorn as well. So they're going to be lining up tail end Charlie of the field behind the 26 of Chuck Sweeting. And this is going to put Kevin Finn in a good spot because he's surrounded by drivers who just now cracked the top 5. Look at Nick Miller in 2nd place. Richard Lafferty's in 3rd. Chad Brown in 4th. Jordan Teal's back up there in 5th. Johnny Thomas, Chuck Sweeting, there's your lucky dog. And there's Michael Whitley, Todd Smith, Cameron Rich, a top 10, all getting wave rounds.
And they waved off the restart there. Let everybody catch up. Let me put this in perspective, Tanner, at this point. Sam Close and Peter Short have been basically nose to tail all race long, whether it's one ahead of the other. With the playoff or the bonus points at halfway, Sam Close was ahead of Peter Short. So basically where they stand right now, I believe they would be tied based on how points started here tonight. So if if Sam Close can finish ahead of Peter tonight, Peter will be eliminated. And that's crazy to think about with how good he's been here this season.
So with that being said, Sam's really got to focus on beating that 22 car.
That's who he's racing right now at this point, I'd have to believe. Should Kevin Finn or Luis Salmaso, or realistically Matt Hackathorn, get this win here tonight, that's who he's racing.
Here's the problem if you're a wave around car. You have to file up single file. It's not double filed up for a wave around car. It's all single file. You cannot change your line before the start-finish line. You cannot go to the outside to change your lane before that start-finish line. So that's actually going to benefit guys who are up towards the front, like Kevin Finn, Nick Miller, Richard Lafferty, Chad Brown. Those guys, it'll benefit them until they get across the line. So as Michael Whitley, the 76, has to drop to the tail end of the field because he received an EOL penalty. All right, Justin, they're coming to you for this restart.
This is most likely going to be the restart of Kevin Finn's life here. Pace car is off. He's off. A great restart. Nick Miller will hold off for 2nd, and it'll be Richard Lafferty in 3rd. And he's got a whole lot of cars in between him and Luis Salmaso.
Sorry, I'm just kind of taking a look at the restart, making sure nobody decided to change their lane before the start-finish line. Nobody does, but a lot of wheel spin. Kevin Finn out towards the front right now. He is working with that clean air. Nick Miller, what a great thing to see Nick Miller up towards the front. He's had a very dismal season, maybe past couple seasons. It's great to see Nick running up front, as long as Richard Lafferty as well. Chad Brown, too. We got a battle back here. Johnny Thomas, he's been quiet all night, and rightfully so.
And Chuck Sweeting just got by that 33 of Jordan Teal, moves him up into the top 5. He's got to pass Nick Miller, Richard Lafferty, and Chad Brown to get up to that 14 of Kevin Finn as the laps continue to click off.
Problem is, with those drivers, Chuck Sweeting was a lucky dog, so he's on the same set of tires as the race leaders.
Battle for 2nd, Richard Lafferty and Nick Miller going after it.
Chad Brown, Chuck Sweeting.
For 4th, and Chuck's trying to work that high side. See if it'll pay off.
I hate to say this there, Justin, but this is a bad situation for Salmaso, Peter Short, and them guys, because those guys are on older set of tires than these guys running up towards the front. The only one that's on that's an equalizer is that 26 car, because he received the lucky dog.
Yeah, I mean, this was just kind of played perfectly into Kevin Finn's hands, that caution flag.
He's scooting away, too.
But how impressive. Came here, last in points, 42 points out of it, knew he needed to win, and he came out and did what he needs to do. This race is far from over. but he's been strong all race long and looking like he could cruise to victory lane at the moment.
Yeah, he just wants us to stay green. So far, these guys are trying to bring out some kind of yellow flag because there's a gaggle of cars from Chad Brown on back. 5th place on back.
Well, this is not looking good for Sam Close. He distances himself from Peter Short. So he's got a lot of points that he would lose. So he would be the one who gets bumped out at the moment.
Chad Brown in the 64 doing everything he can to keep his track position. And rightfully so as well. Samasso gets by Chad Brown. Here comes Peter Short. Now, we did say there was a race between 2 drivers in this mix, and that was the 22 of Peter Short and Sam Close. Right now, Peter Short is the one that is ahead of Sam.
Sam is slowly starting to close that gap, though. He's got Jordan Teal and Johnny Thomas in between him. Possibly Chad Brown. No, I think Chad slowed up the 22 a little bit off corner number 4. Sam's going to get by the 33 of Teal here. Remember, if Sam is 1 position behind Peter Short, I believe that will be a tie. I'm not sure how that tiebreaker will be broken, but that would be a tie.
Sam's got to go now because and you can't forget the stage points as well, because the stage points, wherever they finished, I do believe both drivers did get stage points at the halfway, so we'll have to see. It'll be unofficial results as of right now. But we know one driver that's looking pretty good, and that's at 14 of Kevin Finn.
15 laps to go. Man, I just can't believe how quickly I said I didn't like his strategy. Then the caution flag came off and came out.
Jordan Teal saw some action.
What a shame too. He showed speed in practice and unfortunately got the wall early. Yeah, how about that? Richard Lafferty still holding on to 2nd. Nick Miller still holding on to 5th. Luis Almaso just got by, but basically on equal tires with everybody. Nick Miller and Richard Lafferty, and they're holding on strong here.
Holding on. Chuck Sweeting to 3rd. Samasso is now in 4th. He just passed Nick Miller. Nick Miller, I tip my, along with Richard Lafferty, I tip my hat to both drivers. They are running solidly in the top 5. Their strategy played out pretty good. They're on 4 fresh tires. They're running up towards the front. But good race day for them guys. All right, well, I tell you what, Sam Close needs to pass Chad Brown and Johnny Thomas. I mean, realistically, I still say it's still a race between those 2 drivers to determine which driver is going to get booted out. So far, it's looking like it's going to be Sam Close, and it's not going to help if his teammate Paul Ross passes him.
And I mean, how about the day for Peter Short as well? Started early, got both front end and rear end damage, repaired all that. Well, not all of it, but for the most part, a good amount of it. A little blink there.
Yeah, Peter Short, you might be getting lucky here because you were blinking pretty good there, buddy. But it's so far so good.
He's got most of that damage repaired and looking strong in the top 5 at the moment.
Man, Nick really caught Peter, though, man. Nick's looking really good. I mean, he doesn't really have any damage on that Hooters Camaro. And he gets a little loose there. Johnny Thomas is right behind him. Nick's still trying to play a little bit of defense and trying to hold his spot. Here comes Johnny Thomas around the outside. Almost contact, yep.
10 laps to go.
All this battling right here is helping Sam Close. Sam Close has got to try to find a way to suppress these cats. And he's going to go underneath Chad Brown. You said it, 10 laps to go.
Yeah, at this point, I doubt Sam Close is worried about tire management, but he needs to throw all that out the window at the moment. He needs to go.
Race lead's not really a factor anymore, but Chuck Sweeting just passed Richard Lafferty for 2nd place. Sweeting now about a 1.5 seconds.
Sam's going to get by Nick Miller here. Needs to get by Johnny Thomas, and they will tie. I'm not sure whether that tiebreaker will be based on wins or finishes in this round. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, by the way, trouble for Matt Hackathorn. He hit the outside wall, and he continued to run, but brought down pit road for the garage.
What a shame. Looks like that'll be the end of his playoff hopes.
Dylan Hickey to pit road, but the biggest battle right now, Sam Close, Johnny Thomas. Now this is what Sam needs to do. He's got to get past these cats right here. If he does, he gets closer to Peter Short. You know what? Call the action here, Justin. I'm gonna double check something as far as points battle.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think actually Sam Close would be ahead of Peter at this point. Well, yeah, I believe by 1 point, based on playoff finishes, as Sam was 13 to the good and Peter was 12. Sam got an extra point on Peter at the halfway point.
Yes, he did.
So I'm thinking Sam has moved his way up, and I'm pretty sure he would be the one advancing.
Sam has one extra bonus point ahead as far as the halfway bonus. That's what I wanted to take a look at, just to double check.
Yeah, I had gotten it mixed up. I thought Peter was 13 and Sam was 12, but in fact it is the other way around.
Right now, if this finishes how it is, these two cats would be kind of tied, wouldn't they be?
Just about, yeah.
If I'm doing the math correctly. Yep. Sam got one extra bonus point more than what Peter Short did. Oh, behind who that? Nonetheless, there was some action in the back, but it's okay. But meanwhile,
5 laps to go.
Samasso got past Richard Lafferty. 5 laps remaining. Now, Sweeting kind of stalled out. Kevin Finn has pulled about 2 seconds. If a caution flag comes out, more than likely will end the race. iRacing does not have green-white checkers. And the league itself doesn't do a 1-lap shootout. 4 to go.
It's looking more and more likely.
And if that 5 car get by that number 22, that's going to make a world of a difference for that number 5 of Sam Close. Richard Lafferty, yeah, thank you, production truck. Has been struggling. Right behind him is Peter Short. If Peter Short can get by Lafferty, that will help Peter.
And I'm pretty sure at that point it would be the tie.
Sam and Peter are running the same lap time. So right now there's kind of like the biggest race going on right now is Sam and Peter. Realistically, that's going to determine who's going to get knocked out. Because Kevin Finn's going to walk away with this win, the more likely.
He is just about there. Peter Short is to the rear bumper of Richard Lafferty. 2 laps to go. Sam's also got teammate Paul Ross just behind.
Man, 2 races going on. Yeah, I mean, Paul's putting pressure on his own teammate. And you got Peter Short, who caught Richard Lafferty. Lafferty's in 4th, Short's in 5th. We're coming around to take the white flag for Kevin Finn.
Man, white flag. What a run for Kevin Finn. Came out here.
Peter Short and Richard Lafferty get contact. This changes everything.
No caution.
No caution.
And that's going to be it for Peter Short.
It is.
He's all forward. He's closed. That's it.
Kevin Finn in turns 3 and 4. He was the lowest driver below the cutoff line, 42 points out, and he's punched his ticket to the round of 6 at Chicagoland.
What a race. What an effort by Kevin Finn.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable here, folks. What a whale of a finish here in the 3-Wide Racing League for the 2018 RaceKings Cup Series playoffs. Man, Kevin Finn's going to take the victory, but don't go away because we're going to interview with the top 3 drivers, Kevin Finn, Chuck Sweeting, and Luis Salmasso. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Don't go away.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Last year I was sitting at a desk as a sales manager, and now I'm official McLaren F1 simulator test driver.
So it's 1.4 behind.
This opportunity is huge.
That's faster than the factory McLaren driver, and he's done 6 laps.
Let's go race.
Unbelievable racing we saw here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. And here's a look at what happened between Peter Short and Richard Lafferty that took Peter Short out of the round of 6.
Yeah, and this is on the last. This is coming to the last lap. Peter Short drove it in there. He's doing everything he has to do to try to gain that gap on Sam Close, who's right behind him. And it's already the white flag right here. Makes contact with the 8th car of Richard Lafferty. And there's no caution. You would think a caution would come out, but cautions don't come out on a white flag lap. So that saved Kevin Finn's race, and not only Kevin Finn, but Sam Close's playoff chances.
And Sam Close just about got into them as well. So he did a heck of a job missing that hard into the pit wall. And I don't know if we can get a look at Sam. Yeah, this is on board.
On board of Sam Close. He sees the contact right here. Doesn't. Oh, he's coming right back up. Holy
Man.
smokes. That could have ended Sam's playoff chance right there. Wow.
And that's what advances him into the round of 6.
Nonetheless, let's go ahead and maybe go down the victory lane here, Justin, to talk to our race winner, Kevin Finn. Let's pull him up here. I got him. Kevin Finn, 3Y TV. Do you have a copy?
Yes, I do.
Holy smokes, my brother. You're coming into this race 42 points behind the cutoff line, and now you've punched your ticket to the round of 6 at Chicagoland Speedway on October 15th. And you pulled away towards the end of there, and some cars got collected, but you already took the white flag, man. Tell me about your race, and great win, by the way.
Yeah, I was starting 10th, so I knew I had to make my way back up the field. I'm usually pretty decent at these mile-and-a-half tracks, so I knew I was going to be top 5-ish car tonight, but once I came out of pits on the green flag pit stops, I was first, and I was surprised and just took it from there. Once I realized I had good green flag speed, I was hoping for no cautions, but those mid-race cautions really hurt. Battling with Luis was worth every single penny of my charter. But yeah, it was fun. It was a really fun race. Good drive.
You did such an amazing job out there today during the race, and you were actually outside the top 10 on speed charts in practice. During that time frame, did you know that you were gonna? I mean, obviously you didn't know you were gonna win the race, but did you have any confidence in yourself on trying to compete with those guys up towards the front, kind of based off the practice times?
Yeah, I knew I was going to be within the top 10, but usually in practice I'm just screwing around trying to find a really good groove and a good racing line. I don't really go for pole laps. But as you can tell with my qualifying this year, yeah, missed the Talladega race, which was unfortunate, which really put us behind Martinsville. We got wrecked and got involved in a wreck with Sam. And so I knew going in here I'd got to win. And somehow, some way, I did it tonight.
Man, missing Talladega, and it puts you behind, and you come out of Texas with a win to punch your ticket to the round of with 6 drivers remaining. Man, that's a storybook right there. I don't know if anybody can script that. I really don't.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's been about a year since my last win in 3 wide, and it's been a long time coming, man. It's awesome to be back in victory lane, but now we're looking the next round.
Before we let you go, Kevin, now we kind of look ahead at Chicagoland Speedway and Phoenix, which is also known as ISM Raceway. How do you feel about those 2 tracks, and do you think you can be competitive and maybe win enough to try to punch your ticket to that last race at Homestead, Miami?
Sure, it would be great. I won at Chicago last year, and Phoenix or ISM, I always tend to get eliminated in that race. So hopefully we can win at Chicago, which would be really great, so we don't have to worry about Phoenix.
All right, Kevin. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk with us this evening. I'm going to let you go celebrate. Congratulations on a heck of a win here in Texas. Best of luck to Chicagoland. The momentum is riding with you, brother.
Thanks, guys.
That was Kevin Finn winning the race here at the Texas Motor Speedway, and he's ready to go for the next round already, as you could tell in his voice. Justin, second place, Mr. Chuck Sweeting. Let's see if we...
I don't think we have Chuck in the Discord at the moment. Maybe he'll pop in later, so why don't we talk to third place finisher Luis Almaso here.
Let's pull Luis.
Luis Almaso, 3YTV, do you have a copy?
Yes, I do, but...
Well, it was a great run for you. Unfortunately, just came up a little short with Kevin getting the checkered flag there, but a great race for you here this evening. Racing with Kevin a lot for that checkered flag. Just kind of came up a little bit short, but a good run nonetheless.
Yeah, we needed the cautions to break our way, and they didn't. They broke Kevin's way all night long, and sometimes that's the difference. You need to be at the right place at the right time and have the luck for things to shape out the way that they did. So it's unfortunate. I think we had the long run game figured out, and the longer the rain we would go, I was faster and faster and faster than everybody else for some reason. So, but it is what it is. We were not saving anything when Kevin and I were running side by side, and it was let's see how far we can push this thing before the other one chickens out and pulls it back. and we were getting closer and closer and closer to the wall, closer and closer and closer to losing control on the inside. So if there's a way that you need to go out, at least you go out swinging. So I don't think we could have run any faster than we did. I don't think we could have done more than we did. I think I passed 8 or 9 cars after the last restart, so there was nothing more I could have done.
No, absolutely. And I mean, there was a point there where it was about maybe 8 laps there. You and Kevin side by side racing, like you mentioned, just nobody giving an inch. Was that more just going for everything, or was that fun inside the wheel?
There was no fun over there. It was how hard can I push on the inside without putting him in the wall, which was the last thing I wanted to do. And I'm pretty sure when he was on the inside, he was doing the same thing. How far can I push him up the track without touching him, trying to get as much as we both could out of the racetrack. And he dove it in a couple times. I knew that, all right, hold your car a little bit, you're going to get a better exit. So I would crisscross, and we were like swapping positions here, there, and it was just as hard of racing as you can do without actually touching each other, without pushing the envelope beyond what is really, really awesome racemanship. So if there was a guy that I was rooting for to win this race, if it was not me, it was him. And when we were up there racing side by side, it was awesome. Like, someone has to win this thing to get in. Like, cannot be happier if it was him.
Absolutely. And the difference possibly between you and him, that caution flag. But a great performance here, and really a great performance throughout the whole season. Maybe just look back on it and what you have upcoming towards Chicagoland, ISM, and Homestead.
Chicagoland's always a track that I run pretty well, so I think we can put a good show over there again. Last year, I was very close on winning the race. The one guy that I was battling through the entire race was Kevin, so hopefully we can do that again next week or whenever the race is, and maybe not play him so easy now that he has something to lose that I don't. So Phoenix is a crapshoot, especially the version that we're going to run. I don't think anybody knows how to race that thing. And Homestead is always fun, a track that gives you a lot of options to run around. So we'll see what happens. But if it wasn't by getting wrecked out of the playoffs for guys not running in the playoffs in the last couple of races, I think I would have been good like I was the entire time. But it is what it is. You cannot control what other guys are doing. You can only control what you're doing. And sometimes that's just how racing goes.
Absolutely. Well, Kevin, before we let you go, anybody you have to thank over there in that 4 camp?
Yeah, everybody at 3OG that was extremely optimistic during the entire race, just pushing each other the whole time and trying to figure out how to go around this place faster and faster and faster, giving each other tips. And I'm going to do my best wingman impersonation over the last couple of races to try to put Sam and Paul all the way up in the front. Hopefully we can get a couple of wins, not having to worry about points. If I can play the spoiler to a couple of guys to help my teammates get to the final, it will be a good thing to do. It will be good karma coming my way for sure. So cannot thank them enough. Cannot thank Rusty. At the same time, everybody at the league, everybody that puts the broadcasting, everybody who races clean. And let's see, not my teammates, I'm Team Kevin all the way. So hopefully one of those 3 guys are going to be holding that trophy at the end of the season.
All right. Well, congratulations on a fantastic season, Luis, and we wish you the best of luck in Chicagoland.
Thanks, Dave.
All right. Before, Tanner, we let you go, I've just been handed some news by our production truck from Carlos Casa. Quote from Peter Short on Twitter, couldn't consistent... Oh.
Yeah,
we'll let you talk to Sam here real quick before we get to that.
Yeah, Sam was sitting there very patiently in the interview spot. And Sam, sorry about that. We were just talking to Luis, and we'll get to the breaking news here in a second. But Sam, first and foremost, the way it sounds, you're into the next round of the playoffs, but it took the last lap ordeal to do it. Tell me something. Take me maybe like the last 5 laps of that race because you were around a gaggle of cars, and eventually you have Peter Short ahead of you. But then all of a sudden that stuff happened with Peter Short and Richard Lafferty. Kind of walk me through it from your driver perspective, man.
Man, just an up and down race. None of the cautions fell at the right time for us tonight. Really, we were looking at long runs to begin with for the night, and looked like that strategy was about to play out. And then it all kind of got mixed up, and it continued to do that for the rest of the night. So you never really knew what was going to happen. We got caught a lap down and had to get the wave around and start from the back, and just really persistence and going for it. And Paul was right behind me the whole time. We ran up through the field, and at least we put ourselves in position to be there when we needed to be there. So just a fun night, a lot of drama, and driving hard. The car was really tight. So, it is, I feel bad that it went down like that, kind of, but not really.
Well, I mean, and it's understandable on how you feel on your perspective as well, because the way it's sounding here, with that being said, it will eliminate Peter from the playoffs and put you in. It was really coming down to it between you and Peter, man, and you guys are kind of technically neck and neck throughout the entire race, I should say, here at Texas. But nonetheless, let's kind of look forward here, Sam. You're practically in the. It's unofficial right now. We'll see the official as the week comes about here. But Chicagoland Speedway, October 15th, man. I know you're good at Chicagoland. I know you can run good there. You have yet to get that elusive win this season. Is it time to go to get that victory lane now? How do you feel about Chicagoland?
It'll come. It'll come when it comes. As far as the win is concerned, just gotta stay smart. Not slide through pit stalls and do stupid stuff like that. I've been in position several times this year. I feel like I have good speed. I feel like the competition's a lot way better. So to have Peter Short knocked out is huge. I mean, that's one big X over the 33 car, actually the 22 car, excuse me. And we still got Cam to deal with, but Peter not being in there really makes it a little bit easier to get into the round of 3. I think he's a really cool guy, but it's nice to not have to beat him week in and week out. So I'm ready. We'll go into Chicagoland. I like Chicago, and we'll approach each race one at a time and see how it goes.
All right, Sam. Well, congratulations on the top 5 finish here this evening, even though it was an up and down day. And congratulations on that spot to the next round in the playoffs. Hopefully you can go get them, man. Hopefully get that win, man. I want to see you back in victory lane again.
Yeah, man. So do I. Just want to give a shout out to 3OG, 3 Wide Racing, Corey Lindsay. He puts in a lot. It takes a lot of effort. Paul Ross, Luis Almaso, Rusty Webb. All these guys contribute to this team and to our effort here. Luis makes some awesome paint schemes. Check him out. He's been highlighted by Trading Paints and iRacing. And, just thanks to everybody, you guys, for broadcasting and all the effort that goes into this thing.
All right, that's Sam Close there, folks. Congratulations to him on the 4th place finish. I'll bring you guys both back down to 3OG Racing here. Congratulations. See you later, Sam.
See you guys.
Production truck, there was one driver that wanted an interview who had a very production day, and that was Nick Miller. We took a lot of time talking with Luis and Sam. Is it all right if we get a quick interview with Nick? Hey, Nick Miller, 3YTV, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, I seen you were in the interview room for a long time. Thank you for your patience and all that. Now you were down there talking with Corey. But, hey, I got to tip my hat to you. You had a good run today overall. Even though you kind of fell back towards the end of the race there, still a solid top 10 finish. Tell me about your day, man.
Yeah, thanks. Didn't really come into it with too many expectations. Tried a little pit strategy there that kind of got me up front. And then I think towards the end there, I was just trying way too hard. I was overdriving the car. Fortunately, those tires just kind of got burnt off, and everybody caught me. I was thinking that I'd be able to hold them off because, I don't think they had fresh tires, but anyway, it was still a top 10, past 3 cars there at the end, so still got top 10, so it's still good.
Yeah, it was a mixed bag of drivers in that top 10 that had tires and did not have tires. If anything, they had tires of it was like 3 to 4 laps old because they took a wave around because they were pinned a lap down because of that caution flag. So, but it was good to see that number 9 Hooters Camaro up towards the front. Good to see Nick Miller up towards the front, man. Can we see more of you up towards the front in future races in the 3-wide racing?
I hope so. I'm kind of looking forward to next season and getting a fresh start. Right now, I'm just kind of logging laps and getting ready for next year. So obviously, that's definitely a goal. We'd like to run in the top 10 every week. So, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we can stay up there.
It is definitely going to be the goal indeed next season for you guys over there at Team Blurry. And Nick, thanks for your patience here tonight to try to get an interview in with you. I seen you were down there earlier. Is there anything you'd like to say before we let you go?
No, I just that's it. Thanks for the broadcast, guys, and thanks to Corey and putting on the event, and Team Blurry for giving me the ride, and hopefully I'll have a great season next year with some new teammates. Maybe you know somebody. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know anybody right now, but we'll see. So, but Nick, thanks for talking with us. Go Brewers, man.
All right, man. Go Brewers.
Yep, go Brewers. Talk to you later.
All right, bye.
That was Nick Miller, who finishes in the top 10 here tonight after finishing in 10th place. So I guess we could say there, Justin, we can wrap her up, huh?
Well, let's skip to the breaking news. By the way, I don't want to talk about my game. That's right. Kind of a never mind. Anyways, a tweet from Peter Short not too long ago on Twitter. Quote, couldn't consciously wreck someone and to try and make it in, so I wrecked myself. Good win, Kevin Finn. I'm officially retiring the 22 from full-time 3-wide racing cup series. It's been a good ride, but don't have any fun anymore. So it would appear that we will not be seeing the 22 on the track from full-time, but I'm assuming moving forward here the rest of the season we'll have to see, I guess, but Peter Short retiring full-time.
Well, I hope that does not happen because Peter Short is such a fast guy. I know he can do a lot as far as winning races and championships in the 3-wide racing league. So I hope Peter doesn't just give up like that. I understand just by hearing them words. It's a driver who's frustrated, and it's totally understandably, but hopefully he doesn't give up because I'm looking forward to racing with him in the future. I'm planning on racing the Cup Series next season. Hopefully I can race with them next season. So if not, it's a shame, but Peter, I'll be watching with you out there on the track, including the Truck Series for the rest of the season as well. But with that being said here, folks, let's try to give the unofficial race results for this evening's race here at Texas. Kevin Finn wins the race here tonight. We got what?
Points are finalized.
Oh, the points are final. Are they on Twitter? Oh man, then I gotta look at them. But
let's take you through. Are we doing race results or points real quick? Okay, let's take you through where they finished here tonight. Kevin Finn takes home the win, a much-needed win on the season, advances him into the round of 6. Chuck Sweeting comes home in the 2nd position. Luis Almaso, just a little bit short, comes home in 3rd. Sam Close in 4th. Paul Ross in 5th. Johnny Thomas 6th. Michael Whitley, a good start in 7th. Chad Brown in 8th. Todd Smith 9th. And Nick Miller going to round out the top 10 here tonight.
Excuse me. 11th place, Jordan Teal, who had an up-and-down race here tonight. Cameron Rich didn't lead a lap here tonight, but he'll finish in 12th after starting 22nd. Nathan Velez now finishes in 13th place. He was a driver who was quiet all night. Didn't really talk about him. Richard Lafferty had a good night going. Made contact with Peter Short. He finishes in 14th. Peter Short finishes in 15th, 1 lap down. Unfortunately, he will miss the next round of the playoffs. Rookie Dylan Hickey had a phenomenal night going until he found incident with the inside wall that put him back. so he's going to finish in 16th place. Matt Hackathorn is also out of the playoffs. He was a driver who was a must-win to get in driver. He'll finish in 17th. Levi Zielinski finishes in 18th, 28 laps down. 19th place is Tate Lytle. Rounding out the top 20 is Richard Hines. Kyle Hanshaw finishes blackjack position in 21st. Rusty Webb finishes in 22nd, and Patrick McCusker finishes 23rd. And Corey Lindsay, who was up there in the official booth, officialing the race here tonight.
All right, well, before we let you go, let's take you through your 6 who will be advancing here tonight. Ken Rich up top, Chuck Sweeting in 2nd, Paul Ross 3rd, Sam Close in 4th, Johnny Thomas 5th, Luis Salmaso in 6th. That's official.
Well, we're realistically not a lot of it's been updated just yet. It's still probably being edited right now. It was just that the race itself was implemented into the point standings. I'm sure the officials are currently working on everything else right now. So, but the way it's looking, it will be Sam Close in that next round. Chuck Sweeting. I am seeing Peter Short, who's actually in 7th on there, but that's obviously what happened out there on the racetrack. So what you're seeing of the top 6 with Johnny and Luis, that is there because Johnny and Cameron both advanced to the next round.
Thought I just missed something with Luis being up there, but it will be Kevin Finn who advances. All right.
Pretty good. Yep, Kevin Finn. So with that being said, we got a couple sponsors to thank. First off, thanks to RaceKings Cup Series for sponsoring the 3-Wide Racing League Cup Series of the season. Hopefully we see them back next year. I'm looking forward to that. And Justin, I do believe you have the pole award.
Yes, sir. We got to thank Drive for Suicide Prevention for the Drive for Suicide Prevention pole award here tonight. And of course, Track Cams for Gourmet. Those were the cameras provided to us tonight. If you want to find more information or download the pack, you go to www.trackcams22.com or facebook.com/trackcams. And want to thank Thomas Morris from OCR TV for the graphics package you saw here tonight.
And thanks to the league organizers who organized the 3-Wide Racing League, who did a phenomenal job on the league as a whole as itself. There are some future plans, I know for sure, but I don't know 100% of them. But nonetheless, also thanks to the drivers who participate in the 3-Wide Racing League. Tonight was some phenomenal racing across the board, despite a couple of caution flags here and there. Thanks to the team tonight. We got Justin here with me in the booth, and back in the production truck, you got Carlos Acosta. Thanks to you guys both. You guys doing a phenomenal job each and every single week here on 3Y TV. And please join us for the next Cup Series event, which is going to take place on October 15th. So realistically, if I look at the calendar here, it's next week Monday. I thought it was 2 weeks from now, but I guess time's flying when you're having fun. October 15th, Monday night, 133 laps around the Chicagoland Speedway, which begins the next round of the playoffs. It is going to be 2 races, and then we go to Homestead, where it's 3 drivers remain. But now Chicagoland begins the drivers of 6 that remain in the playoffs, and then we go to Phoenix. Be sure to join us at Chicagoland. Chicagoland's been always kind to 3-Wide Racing across the board with great green flag racing, one of my favorite mile-and-a-half racetracks on the sim. So I'm Tanner Sharp, Justin Kolb, and Carlos Casa. We'll see you next week at Chicagoland Speedway. Take care, everybody.